How's it going, people? Welcome back to my channel. Some breaking news overnight. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that the deal is done in his own way, total agreement. And it looks like Gabriel is a gooner. It looks like it'll be confirmed over the next couple of days. It looks like he's coming in tomorrow to do his medical and sign his contract. What's taken so long? Not quite sure, because the Napoli Koulibaly situation is still not sorted yet, and United apparently raised interest in the last minute. But you also have Arsenal Twitter going mad over look at this comment we have here already. Going mad over a 25 million pound centre back. And that's not to say that the price tag is the be all and end all, because we do know high price tags don't always work out well. But let's just give the guy the best possible platform to succeed. And that best possible platform is the least gas we could possibly give. But instead, the good old Arsenal way is to gas the thing. I know we're deprived of signings. I know we're deprived of positivity, to be honest, throughout seasons and windows. So I do understand the fan base's reactionary approach to all of these little things, in my opinion. And signing players in the big scheme of things is the little things to get the big jobs done. That's just how I see it, people. Looking at Gabriel, it looks like it's a 30 million euro price tag agreed. That's a bit more than it's been reported recently. It did say 22 million recently. And I think Fabrizio Romano even confirmed that the 22 million was agreed, unless I'm wrong. But it is what it is. It was all over Twitter. It was all over the media outlets. It looks like it's closer to 27 mil. And my thing about taking a step back and relieving some pressure off his shoulders is that he's only played 46 games for Lille. He isn't that established centre-back that people are making out to be. And to be honest with you, before the transfer window started, I didn't hear one person mention his name. I did hear a couple of United fans talking about him, I think in February. But aside from that, let's take it easy a bit. Let's take it easy. He is left-footed, which is definitely a positive. It's definitely something Arteta wants. He did get it with Mari, but on the flip side, athleticism isn't Mari's best trait, and you could see that with the injury. Morning. Before I do I got straight into it, to be honest. There's one football, there's a description in the link below. Not right now, but there will be when the video processes and uploads. Make sure you download the One Football app using that link in the description box below. I'm going to continue giving my opinion a little bit more, and then I'll go through some questions and see what you guys are saying. Good morning to everyone. I see a lot of mornings. I see a Thiago Alcantara in there. Please stop dreaming. Please stop dreaming. He wouldn't leave Bayern Munich to come to Arsenal Football Club at the age of 29. Just doesn't make sense. I wish, but please don't ruin my Sunday morning right now. I'm looking forward to a good day. I'm looking forward to seeing some top quality football. Champions League final tonight. Add me on Instagram, add me on Twitter, Turkish LDN. Thank you to everyone that's in the live chat watching right now. Hit the like button if you haven't already. And like I said, he's left-footed. He's not too quick, but positionally, he's got a brain, so he knows where to be at the right times. And so far, so good in that aspect. Like I said, I'm only judging this off a few player profiles that a few people I respect have brought out over the past 3 to 6 months about Gabriel. He's got an aerial presence. He's very physical, again, something that we need, something that I'll always happily take in defense. You know, an aerial presence and physicality is two things that I believe every defender should own. They should have. So it's good to hear that. He's also got a good passing range, especially his long balls, his accuracy. I did have the percentages in my head somewhere, but it was the high 40s in terms of long balls, and that shows quality, especially over the top. And with Aubameyang, with Nicolas Pepe, and hopefully a more balanced attack next season with maybe Saka on the left, maybe those passes, maybe those long balls can be utilized efficiently, because we all expected Xhaka to come in and do that. He didn't. We all expected Luis to come in and do that. Few and far between. He had done it a few times, but in my opinion, it just hasn't worked out in the way us Arsenal fans thought it might when we initially got these names in. And yeah, that's pretty much all I'm gonna say on Gabriel right now until we wrap up the signing. Then I'll do a welcome video. I'll look more into his numbers, into his performances, delve a bit more into maybe his character and see what he's bringing all around to the Arsenal squad. But I think we might as well start, going through the questions and whatnot. Ruthless Gooner TV, follow them if you haven't already. Always been supporting. Let's see what's going on here. Another morning. Turkish, our fan base think we'll win the league next season according to Twitter. Our fan base on Twitter, I try and separate from it as much as possible. I try and separate. Hence why I'm not going to say I don't know Fabrizio Romano. I know him. I've heard his name. But I don't care. Too often I've been let down by these journalists, these in the know, these people who think they know it all. But the truth is clickbait. And with Fabrizio Romano, he does look like he is one of the better ones. He looks like he's one of the ones you can listen to and take something from. But at the same time, as an Arsenal fan, I've been tainted too much by clickbait rumors year on year, summer on summer, and I've just had enough. I'm only on Twitter because people follow me on Twitter. Literally, that's the only reason. Here's the name of who wouldn't like Thiago, especially at Arsenal Football Club. You've seen the middle of the park for us. Who wouldn't? I'd like 2 Thiagos in there, but we can't. We won't even get one. Come on, Femi, appreciate it. I was up early today, so I thought, you know what? Let me just do it. Why not? Come on, Car, live again. Appreciate it. We have to sell first rather than buying first. I think either or, to be honest, I think it's as important as each other. I'll agree with you there, but we need to sell, we need to buy. I feel like they're 2 separate statements, but they're 2 statements that in a list of priorities sit neck and neck. So I do understand what you're saying. I just feel like if there's a player out there that you can acquire, you can get right now that's going to improve the side, get him and then sort out whoever he's replacing after. Sometimes we wait too long for deals and end up losing out. It could have happened with the Gabriel one here, but who knows? That might all just be smokescreen and rumors to get the deal over the line, which it looks like it has done. Of course, I'd take Partey again. You look at the middle of the park for us. Shocking that Partey would join us. It does pose some questions whether he just wants to join us for London life for more money, because he's at a higher level than what Arsenal Football Club are at right now. So it makes me a bit dubious, but at the same time, quality player and someone that even 80% of his head and shoulders above any central midfielder we do have at the club at present. Well, I've read a few reports that Gabriel isn't the quickest. Obviously, I don't know too much about him. It's from what I've read, but I've heard reports that he isn't the quickest. And this is about three different reports did say that, but he makes up for it positionally, and his awareness defensively keeps him one step ahead. Come on, Tim. Come on, Obi. Appreciate the support as always. Would I sign up Ceballos? I wouldn't. Potentially get him in on a year loan again, just to paper the cracks for another year. But he hasn't done enough for me to say I want Ceballos. I know he did. Listen, okay, there's 2 ways to look at it. I know people say he improved in the last however many games of the season, and they say the same about Xhaka. But it coincides with Arteta going to 3 at the back. I've said it before, I'll say it again. We went 3 at the back. The emphasis in the transition is at the wing backs. The wing backs are what? Bellerin, Maitland-Niles, Cedric, Tierney, Saka, Kolasinac. Very attack-minded wing backs, to say the least. So the transition is aided when you move into that formation. You bypass the central midfield. Hence why Xhaka and Ceballos looked a bit better. But when you look statistically, when you look productively, when you look at the games, they're not doing much. They're not doing much at all. And we're not blessed at Liverpool to have central midfielders that don't provide much outlet but keep it ticking, because we haven't got the quality all over the pitch for that. So it's exposed when we play a 4 at the back and a 3 in the middle, and that's something that needs to be sorted. I think ideally Thomas Partey and Doucouré will come in for me this summer. If I'm going to pick out a Coutinho and Ceballos on loan, I'm going to pick Coutinho because I feel like he'd want to come back to this league and prove himself all over again. And he's Brazilian, and I'm not going to say we're creating a Brazilian core, because the couple of Brazilians we do have are getting on, to say the least. But would definitely take Coutinho above Ceballos, and that was the next question we had there. Let's see what this rival fan has to say. Kevin, as a rival fan, why do AFC fans say Kroenke doesn't spend money when you have the 7th highest net spend in Europe post 2016? Surely it's a problem with Sky and recruitment department. Great channel. Kevin, if you've watched my channel before, if you've watched some of the things I've said, I've always said it's not all about money. You know, spending money was primarily the issue up until we signed Ozil, we signed Sanchez, Mustafi Xhaka. You know, it started changing around that time. And you are right, our net spend is pretty high in comparison to other teams in the league and in Europe. But what it is they went from not spending to misspending. And that's primarily the issue I have with Kroenke. Before, he didn't want to spend money when you could, when FFP wasn't even in. FFP comes in, and now he doesn't even want to bother with who's in the right positions. Yes, it looks like we're changing it up again with Pat Rice gone, Raul gone, Cagio the scout gone, a few other people gone. It looks like we're changing it up and trying to fix the error of our ways. But at the same time, how many chances can I give Kroenke? You know, he got it wrong with Wenger and Gazzi. The spending money thing, put it to the side a sec. But him leaving Wenger and Gazidis in for as long as he did is on his back, Kroenke. Him bringing in Emery after we bought in 2 strikers in 6 months and a number 10 we just signed for 350k, and you bought in a manager who plays 1 up top and no number 10. Yeah, that's on Kroenke too, because the lack of direction and the complete change in philosophy off the back of some of the biggest contract we've ever given out, and 2 big transfers in a position where essentially we only needed 1, you know? So it's not just about spending, and it hasn't been for a long time. It's a lot more to do with carelessness, not caring at all, to be honest. And obviously his priorities being his American investments in American teams, because nothing's changing over this side apart from fucking people getting sacked and people getting recruited. Aside from that, we've signed Willian so far. Over the hill, we've signed Gabriel, who no one knew about before this summer. We'll see what's really going on. Partey, that would be a big one, but at the same time, Pepe was a big one last summer, and it was far from enough. Far from enough. I respect Vidal. I rate Vidal. He's been around, but nah, I'm tired of getting these people that are on the downhill slope in their career and probably looking for a payday more so than to have a final run in, especially if you're coming to Arsenal, to have a final run in at the big trophies. Come on, Jay. Is Oba the best striker in the Premier League along with Lewandowski? Well, obviously Lewandowski's not in the Premier League, but is Oba the best striker in the Premier League? It's hard to say, because is Oba a striker anymore? Can I compare him to an Aguero when Aguero just is up top and Oba floats? I don't think I can. I don't think I can. It's difficult with footballers these days, because I can't really compare Salah and Mane to Aubameyang. I mean, I can't compare Salah and Mane to Aguero, but essentially for their teams, they are the strikers, let's say. So in reality, is Oba the best striker in the Premier League? I'd say so. Since he's come in, you know, he's got the best strike rate at least, and it's from the left. But then obviously when you're talking about from the left and from the right, you're talking about Salah, Mane and Sterling and all them as well, and it becomes another debate. I'm a bit worried about our midfield right now. I've been worried about our midfield for a very long time, mate. Very long time. What else we got here? Can I see us signing Awar, Gabriel, and Partey? I would have stopped at the first name, to be honest, because I don't see us signing Awar. I think that's wishful thinking. I think we would be punching even if we went into offer. When you think about, okay, in the league and throughout the season, he's been a bit inconsistent. Because I have watched him throughout the season. Leon's a team I do watch here and there. But towards the end, the way he built on his reputation and name, and it only takes 5-6 games nowadays before someone becomes a superstar and onto a big money move. So my worry is that would I want him first and foremost? Yes, but my worry is that he's potentially onto bigger things at present than Arsenal Football Club. Yeah. But I've been hoping that for how long, losing faith in all of that, to be honest with you. Never seen a 25 million centre-back hype this much. Classic Arsenal. Let's wait and see how good he is first. Turkish, can you do a podcast with Lee Gunner? I want to see what you will both say. I'm going to chat to Lee after anyway. You know, I've got a few things coming to the channel. I'm still working, so obviously that's my priority. Life is my priority. But I'm trying to bring you guys some good content moving forward. And the Deluded show is kind of up and running now. We've done 2 episodes this week, one on his channel on Monday, one on my channel yesterday. Moving forward, I got something coming with Rants. And the top 6 show is turning into the big 6, and that's coming back real soon too, hopefully recording this week. But Lee Gunner's my guy, so obviously we could potentially do so, and there'll be some very heated debates with Lee as well. It'll be funny. Because as much as he's my guy, we do have differences in opinion on Kroenke, so yeah, we'll talk. We'll get that done. No news at all. In this case, no news is probably good news, because anytime his name does pop up, it's never anything positive. It's never anything good for the fan base or the club. So let him chill out where he is, man. What's this? Finally, we are signing a tall, quick and technical defender. I am tired to see Charlie Austin turn to Didier Drogba against us because of his physicality. Yeah, let's hope that can be eliminated. You know, let's hope, because as well as being physical, you need to have a brain. You know, Socrates at times he did bring in some physicality. He did bring in some of that grit that we needed at the back, but at times he was made to look foolish, and his head was gone by the time. But by the time it looks like he's leaving the club now. Do I think we'll sign Thomas Partey? Do I think we'll sign him? I actually do think we'll sign him. I don't know why. I regret saying I think we'll sign him already, but it is what it is, man. I don't know, man. We've been linked with him strongly for the past couple months, and it looks like everyone's open to it. It looks the only thing that's not open is Kroenke's wallet, and until that opens, we will see. We will see. I reckon our targets are Partey and Awar, but if we can't pull Awar off, which is likely, then Smith Rowe will get trusted a lot more in the CM position. Smith Rowe, I'm not sure, man. We'll see what happens with him, you know. I do hope he can forge himself a career at Arsenal Football Club, but at the same time, he's had a couple of chances over the last couple of years. Like, let's not hide the fact. It just hasn't worked out for him, hence why he's had to go on loan a couple more times. And those loans didn't really work out for him either. So I do wish him the best, but at the same time, let's just take it easy with our expectations moving forward. What's up, bro? Partey and Ceballos. I think Partey and Ceballos would be a top partnership if we can get it. Yeah, I think they've got the qualities to work well off each other. I still think Partey, not necessarily Partey and Doucouré together, but I still think bringing in Partey and Doucouré would make so much sense this summer, and then add that playmaker, the quality playmaker next summer with Champions League football wrapped up ideally. Turkish, do you like Edu as technical director? You know what, as well, I want to say that a lot of people are obsessed with liking or disliking this, trusting or not trusting the process, or are you in, are you out? Do you want him? Don't you want him? Like, just go. We just have to go with the flow sometimes. Until they do something, I can't judge someone. And with Edu, he hasn't really done anything yet. You know, he hasn't really done anything yet. So until I see how the squad is shaped and how we perform moving forward, until I see how the overhaul of this squad, the much needed overhaul, works out, that's when I can judge Edu. Until then, why the need to judge? Why the need to trust the process when God knows what the process is? There's too many. We're pushed into too many opinions these days, when in reality, going with the flow most time is probably the way to go. Listening to you from Australia, love the channel, Turkish. Ligan and Turkish, favorite two people. Is Ozil top 10 PL midfielders in history? No way. No way. No way. But to be honest, if you're saying midfielders, I'm assuming you mean midfielders full stop. So I'm going to include the Vieiras in that. I'm going to include the Fabregases in that. I'm going to include the Lampards, the Gerrards. I'm going to include everyone that's a midfielder. If you're talking about number 10 / attacking midfielders, it's a stretch because off the top of my head, I'd say Bergkamp's ahead of him. I'd say Letizier's ahead of him. I'd say David Silva's ahead of him. I'd say he'd probably make top 10 if we're talking attacking midfielders. But who cares? Who cares? You know, we've never won the league with him, so I don't care if he's the best midfielder in Premier League history. It doesn't matter to me. That's his own accolade. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Love, bro, as always. Come on, come on. Let's go through. Let's see. Sorry, people. Let me go through these questions. Matt Greek, let's get one from you, man. A consistent supporter of the channel. The only difference of opinion you have with Ligana is he is a flip-flop wanker and you called the Kroenke Mafia out from day one. Matt Greek, you never failed to hide your feelings, and I love that, to be honest. I've been calling out Kroenke from a long time ago, and like I've been calling out Ozil from a long time ago, like I've called out Xhaka from a long time ago, like I called out Iwobi, like I called out Bellerin, like I've called out Mustafi, like I've called out endless amount of players that are still the ones that need to go, you know? How long for us to win a Premier League title? I'd say minimum 5 years. 4 or 5 years minimum. Turkish, who would you replace Laka with if gone? In all honesty, I feel like Laka can go, Oba can move up top, Martinelli and Nketiah can be backup strikers, and then you have a front three of Saka on the left, Oba up top and Pepe on the right. You have Willian attacking mid in behind them. Reece Nelson back up to Pepe. You've got Martinelli who can be back up to Saka, or Willian can float over to that side. So you've got some more balance, in my opinion. So if we was to sell Laka and raise some funds, I'm looking to still improve other areas of the side. I'm probably looking to still improve central midfield, still improve attacking midfield. Maybe add some, I don't know. But it's not necessarily a like for like with Laka. And all them rumours are quieting down anyway. Rahan from Australia, appreciate. God knows the time over there now. Where did I get the jumper from? Hustle Clothing on Instagram. It's a friend's brand. He does a lot of nice pieces, actually. He's not very consistent, but he does a lot of nice pieces. So yeah, message them. South London's finest. Nice to see you tuned in as always. Turkish, what do you think Arteta's new formation will be come new season? It wants to change. It's obvious, and his style. I think formation is going to be 4-3-3. That's probably what he wants to go with. Style, you can see he wants to play. Well, styles a tricky one. I want to see the transfers we make. I think Arteta's smart enough to know that if we don't make the correct transfers, his style might not suit at present, especially the way he flipped that towards the end of the season to make it work for him, or make it work for us and get us the FA Cup off the back of one of the shittest seasons we've had. So well done to him from that. But it's hard to say. I want to see the transfer window go and give my opinion on that before the season starts. Martinelli or Greenwood. I'm gonna have to say Greenwood right now. I think Greenwood, especially being both footed the way he is, so strong on both feet. I feel like his ceiling is higher. I'm not gonna say a lot higher, but his ceiling is higher than the rest of the people around him, and that's Martinelli's, the Sakas, the Fodens. But we'll see, because potential doesn't always lead to stardom. You know, we've seen a lot of potential prospects end up nothing by the age of 25. So we'll see how it goes. But there is some good young talent coming through in the Premier League right now. Oh, sorry. Where am I? Where am I? Got a couple super chats here. Might as well get through them. Jared McCormack, much love from Melbourne, Australia. Come on. 8:30 p.m. in Australia. No wonder there's a lot of people from Australia on right now. It's 8:30 p.m. there. What is it here? 11:30 a.m. Yeah, like I said, it'll be interesting to have a debate with Lee because of his opinions on Kroenke. I think Lee is Lee is of the type that the guy earlier, when he messaged about Kroenke spending money and us having the net spend, the seventh highest net spend in Europe or whatever in the league as well in the last 5 years. I think Lee more so looks at that and says that maybe Kroenke isn't the big issue. Whereas I look at it and say, listen, if you feel Emery is the issue, Kroenke is the issue. If you felt Sven Mislintat leaving was the issue, Kroenke is the issue. If you feel like Raul and Vinay not working out is the issue, Kroenke is the issue. If you feel like Edu is not the right appointment, Kroenke is the issue. If you feel like the team is not good enough, Kroenke is the issue. You know, that's how I'm looking at everything now. So it will be interesting to have that debate, but we will see. Like I said, I got a lot of things coming to my channel. I'm trying to fit them all in, but we'll see how it goes. Let's see what other questions we got here. Another one from South London's fans. Turkish 2 questions. Will a past legend replace Freddie, and what do you see Arteta's formation will be for the new season? I'm going 4-2-3-1 next season. I think that'll be our formation, 4-2-3-1, and replacing Freddie. I wouldn't necessarily say a legend, because the legend should have been at this club already. I don't think with Arteta the legends come, because the legends were made before Arteta, well before Arteta's era. I'd hope someone who cares a lot about the club and wants the club to do well is put in place, but we will see. It might be someone we don't know nothing about, but in the end can do a realistic job. What is the plan for the Charity Shield? I'd play the team. Well, I'd play as many people as we can. I think. Well, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. It's a Charity Shield, but it'd be good to kickstart the season with a win, or at least a good performance. You know, imagine getting smoked in the Charity Shield. Like, people will be counting down for our first league game already, and it's only day 1. So hopefully we can start off well, and it might not be the result, but it should be the performance at the very least that I expect to see. Let's see, Salt. Oh, Sight, sorry. Turkish, don't forget that Martinelli is injured until January, so I don't think he'll play until February at earliest. Is Oba and Eddie enough when games will be on every 3-4 days? I understand that, but we're yet to see what we're really going to do, you know. We have got Emil Smith roll back as well, who can play across the front three, who can provide backup there. Look, we're not going to get everything done in this window, and rather than loan and bring in some stupid players here that we're going to be lumped with for years to come, I'd rather us get what we can sorted smartly in terms of Partey, Doucouré, and other little players I want here and there. Watch my keep or sell video if you want to see what I thought about the Arsenal transfer window and what we need to do. But I feel like with the right acquisitions, Champions League football, it's hard to see us getting Champions League when Chelsea have improved so much, and Man United, well, before that Sevilla loss, looked like they turned the corner. Hopefully they haven't, and hopefully they are still in a top 4 scrap next season, because we sure are. But with Chelsea, I feel like they might be top 3 comfortably. which is a fucking, which is a shame. We saying Ibby, I see a comment about moderation too. I'll get back to you on that because to be honest with you, I don't know too much about it all. I don't see many people trolling in the comments either. So, but Costa Boss, you already know, hence why you're laughing. You're laughing because you know about my opinion, and people want to get me rattled again. People want to start um, having me flip on a Sunday morning. But my opinions on him is he was a very good defender, never world class. And the reason he was never world class is because he didn't have that edge. You know, when Barry Ferguson can rub your hair, you're not a boss. When Charisma gets you in a headlock, you're not a boss. When Pogba gets you in a headlock and passes you and they score, you're not like, and by that, I mean, players make mistakes, you know. But how, like, the Barry Ferguson one for me is a mad one, you know. If I fucked up and we just conceded in the 97th minute and lost the League Cup final, yeah? And then Barry, it doesn't matter who it is. It could be if Gennaro Gattuso come and rub my head, yeah? As risky as it may be, I'm putting it on him. I'm getting up and moving to him. Barry Ferguson rubbed his head and Cost looked like he was lost. Man stayed on his knees, like, nah, Costa Boss. What's a name to give a man? Awa Tiago is 30. Awa isn't. But at the same time, Awa is younger. But I take Tiago all day, every day, man. Tiago in the middle for us. Do you know what that would be? Fucking hell. I think we've got another super chat here. Let me see another one from Jared. Will we be keeping a back three or switch to a back four? Because with the centre backs we have and the particular ones that will expect and be wanting to be playing many games, they would have to go with a three. It's a difficult one because would I start Saliba and Gabriel together in a four? I wouldn't. I just feel like the lack of experience and Gabriel's got 40 appearances for Lille. Saliba hasn't got, he's probably pretty much got a similar number for Saint Etienne. For me, to start them going into the season at that age, at that experience is very risky. So potentially he starts with a three, or potentially he starts with Gabriel and Luiz, and Saliba is the one coming in to take the role from next summer when Luiz's contract expires. But I feel like Arteta's long-term plan is the 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, that sort of shape. So I do see Gabriel and Saliba being the choices long-term moving forward. Let's just hope they can integrate well and we can really get that partnership gelling. And the sooner it gels, the better for us, you know. But at the same time, you don't want to kill them off quickly. I'll keep on mentioning it. Not that I'd say Senderos. Well, I'd say that, yeah, because I don't know Gabriel yet or much about Saliba, to be honest. But with Senderos, he had potential. He had a very good early career at Arsenal until he faced Didier Drogba. Didier Drogba tore him a new one, and since he got torn a new one, there was no return for Senderos. He was finished. At such a young age, he was finished. So I don't want that happening to these signings now, especially the outlay we paid with, what, 30 mil for Saliba, 30 mil for... This is... All right, it's not compared to the big boys with 80 million on Maguire and 70 whatever on fucking Van Dijk and all of this stuff, 50 on Stones and Laporte and all 60. It's nothing to the big boys, but if we can be shrewd and make it work, hallelujah, because that's the only way we're getting back right now without this Kroenke opening his wallet. But thank you for the donation and the question, Jared. Let's see what else we got here. Very optimistic. I can only hope for that and wish him the best, because that will be very beneficial to Arsenal Football Club. But we'll see. Hello from Beijing. Appreciate the support. What time is it over there? Do I really see Arsenal getting them? No, I don't. But it's very, very, very realistic. And a lot of people like to tell me, be realistic with transfers, and that is very realistic. 50 on Partey, 20, 25 max on Doucouré, 75 mil there. Two central midfielders that bring two very different styles of play to the selection, but at the same time can complement each other and complement Torreira, Xhaka, Willock very well too. And then you bring in the playmaker next year when you've got a bit more to work with in terms of hopefully Champions League football. Rahan, we need to sign Dortmund's main scouts. You know what it is? Everyone got gas when we signed Sven Mislintat, innit? It just didn't work out. And at the same time, it's sometimes you look at a model and you think, yeah, you want that person, you want that person, you want that person. But with Kroenke in charge, they're not going to get the platform that they're given at Dortmund. We can take literally everyone from Dortmund's scouting department and team, bring them over here, but they won't produce the same goods because Kroenke is not the same owner. They don't have the same mindset. They don't have the same nous. They don't have the same due diligence, care, attitude. So I understand what you're saying, but it isn't always that plain and simple. Trust me. No heart, 100. A lot of people are saying that, you know. I don't mean to be funny, fam. Arsenal just stressed me out. Joey Ramos, listen, I've done a keep or sell video this week. I think it was Wednesday. I brought it out. After this video, go over to that video, watch it. It's about half an hour long. I went through the whole first team squad. I went through who I'd keep, who I'd sell. Then I went through all the names I'd sell and how much I think we can get for them. Then I went through all the names I'd buy, why, how, and moving forward, the plan. So if you want to see my ideal transfer window, go there. Don't get it twisted. My ideal transfer window will be bringing in Mbappe and all that, but it's my realistic ideal transfer window. But I appreciate that question, Joey. I said this last year in terms of trying out Luis at DM. He did play there once, but someone got injured and he had to come off and replace them, or he got injured, or he got a red card, or something happened that it didn't last very long. So I doubt it's going to happen this year. Arteta's 3-year plan is going to be similar to Klopp's plan. You know, overhaul the squad, get as much value out of it as possible, and then reinvest as smartly as you can. Can we get a Salah for a 30-something mil? Can we get a Mane for a 30-something mil? Is it realistic? Well, not is it realistic, because at the time they're buying Salah and Mane, no one batted an eyelid. But you look at it now, you think, what a piece of business, you know? Those signings there allowed for them to spend 75 million on Van Dijk, allowed for them to go and spend that P on Alisson, you know, and complete the squad because they were so shrewd in other areas. So I think Arteta's 3-year plan, bearing in mind Kroenke is in charge, is be shrewd, get as much value as possible for the current players that need to go over the next 12 months and reinvest wisely, efficiently, smartly, and hope for the best. You know, 3 years is not a long time. I'm surprised to hear Willian say something like Arteta said to him that Champions League, he's not bringing Willian to get us back in the Champions League. He's getting Willian to win us the Champions League. Now, I don't know if someone wrote that for Willian to say, because I hope Arteta didn't say that to him, because that is a mad statement, but it just sounds like some more PR bullshit from the board. And to make, have you noticed that everything now is, even with Gabriel, I've been seeing Gabriel really trusted Arteta's project and chose his over Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and this man. Bro, the guy was waiting to see what's happening with Napoli and stuff. Like, don't talk to me about you trusting the project and all this shit. But that's the sort of stuff that comes out now. You know, when Emery was in charge, Guendouzi, Torreira, they all trusted the project, trust the process. Luis, we worked together before. I love it, project. Now it's Arteta. It'll be the same for every single manager in charge. You'll get them reports. And the only reason I'm telling you guys is just look out for it, you know, and don't always dwell on it. Don't read a report that Gabriel chose us because he trusts Arteta's project and then come and tell me that I should trust the process. Gabriel does, because you know nothing, you know. At the end of the day, we know nothing. Very little. 100%. Smash the like button. 526 views, only 90 likes. Oh, yeah, well, 608 people online now. I appreciate the support, people. Love. I think that's the most I've had online. But yeah, do hit the like button, like Footy Chat says. I think that gets the video out there even more. Let me see what other questions are in the chat while you lot hit that like button. And don't forget to comment on the video after it's processed too, because the live chat is all good and well for now, but I also like to interact and engage with the comments post video too, because there's a lot more thought and emphasis behind it. Whereas now being live, a lot of the thing is off the cuff. A lot of the things are just the first thing on my mind. 4 signings would be great. It'd be a great start. I think we need 8, but you know, if we go back to being realistic again. Sorry, this chat is just moving mad. It's going up and down. I think a lot of people are getting in some questions. I obviously appreciate it. Here we go. Here's Albert, my guy. Yes, bro. Albert, if you haven't already, go subscribe to his channel. Albert is a good friend of mine. He supported me from day one. Started his own channel recently. Good opinions, calm, composed, objective. So if you like hearing my opinion, I'm sure you'd like Albert's too. He says, yes, bro, Gabriel does excite me. And yes, he is raw and young, but so was Matthijs de Ligt. So I have hope. But we do need to be patient with Gabriel and Saliba. And it's interesting you say that, because with de Ligt, look at Juventus last year. Juventus signed de Ligt, big money, and they signed Merih Demiral, Turkish centre-back, 18 mil. Who fared better last season? Demiral. You know, if it wasn't for that ACL injury, he actually took de Ligt out of the team in December, season just gone. Well, November, December. You know, he was starting ahead of him. So at the same time, it's good to hear big teams are interested in Gabriel, you know, like big teams were interested in de Ligt. But at the same time, sometimes it's about being shrewd. Like I was just saying about the 3-year plan, be shrewd. Don't just go for someone because they're going for them, or don't just go for someone because he's got a little buzz. Like, obviously, me as a fan, yeah, I don't know enough about world football to be picking out gems. I'm not paid for that. If I was paid bags a week to go pick out gems across the world, I'd know a hell of a lot about it, but I'm not. So I'm more so going to know the bigger names, you know. But man, I paid at Arsenal to find the bargains, to find the Salahs for 30 mil, or the Manes like Southampton did, the Van Dijks like Pochettino Southampton did, you know. There's people paid to do that, and at Arsenal Football Club, they haven't got it right for a long time with Martinelli, with Guendouzi. Hopefully that's changed, but we will see. Appreciate the question, Albert. Let's see. Turkish, do you think Saka can become a number 8 like Silva did after being a winger first? Could be. Saka, you know what? Saka might not be as technical as David Silva. But you know what? Saka is quite technical. Saka is very, very smart. He knows when to run. He knows when to stop. He knows when to cut in. He's a very smart, very efficient player. And I think he can. I think he could become a number 8 like David Silva did after being a winger first. But I'm not sure that's where his destiny lies. It'll be interesting to see how he does form and develop over the next 2-3 years, because Saka, for me, his ceiling is so high, and I'm looking forward to him being a big member of this squad for the next decade, hopefully. You know, and he'll only be a member of this squad for the next decade if Kroenke fixes up, if the club fixes up. But I can see that. Will it happen is another story. Adrian, is Torreira good enough to anchor midfield on his own? Xhaka, get the fuck out of his way. You know what? On his own, I'm not sure. Torreira, I feel like he needs a bit more discipline. I think he's got the talent and attributes to anchor in the midfield on his own, but he hasn't got the brain to, which is a criticism. I don't mean it in a harsh way. I just think that sometimes he's caught missing. You know, is that slightly because then we tried to start making him a number 10 a season after playing him in DM all year, confused the lad a bit. Who knows? But I do see it in him. It's just he's going to have to be molded into it now. And if Thomas Partey is coming in, and if we're going to start really fixing the problems in central midfield, then Torreira will have a better platform to succeed. You know, you're only as good as the team around you, let's say. So that's a shout. Xhaka, get the fuck out of his way. The amount of times I've said that last season. Appreciate that. If you haven't seen it already, yesterday done a video with Deluded. I like this comment, you know, Turkish, you're like a less serious Roy Keane. That's why you're funny. You know what? You know why I like this comment? Because I like Roy Keane. As a footballer, I can't lie to you. I love Roy Keane. Well, not for Man United, but Ireland definitely. But Roy Keane, when you look back in history, I think Roy Keane and Tony Adams are the best Premier League captains for me in terms of what they bring. And Roy Keane as a pundit, he's so blunt, he's so real. When it comes to United, he's a bit over the top at times, but he's very real. And he cares about United a lot. Like I care about Arsenal a lot, and sometimes I'm over the top too. But when you love something, emotions run high. But I'm very objective as well. Like Roy Keane is very objective, you know. A lot of Man United fans have turned on Roy Keane because he is so objective and so blunt and so raw with it. But at the same time, he's so real with it. And he's probably my favorite pundit. Can't even lie to you. He's probably my favorite pundit. He might not be the most tactical, but I love his approach. So I'll take that as a compliment, Louis. Appreciate that, bro. That should be starting 2nd of September. Should be starting 2nd of September. But look out for updates in the community tab on my channel. Coming real soon, real soon. Real soon. Like I said, 2nd of September is in the calendar. That's a Tuesday. We're looking at 6 p.m. And if it does happen, hopefully you lot are there, sharing, liking, subscribing, doing all of that stuff, because that will be a very good show with Rants, you know. He's like the United equivalent of me. He does like to banter a bit more than me in terms of other fans. I guess he can because Man United do buy players, but with me, I don't like to banter with opposing fans because it's always egg on our face at the end of the day, you know. You banter Chelsea about losing the FA Cup, but they've just signed Ziyech, Werner. They're in Champions League, you know. Egg on our face. But it is what it is. Turkish, do you think Saka can become an... Oh, shit, I've done this one already. Let's go. What, is this chat going upwards or what? It is called ambition. It is 100% called ambition, and this club have had no... The last time this club had ambition was when we was in Highbury, and the ambition was to move into a better stadium. That's the last show of ambition this club has had, when we wanted to move stadium and make more money. 613 people hit the like button. I can't even see how many likes there is right now because I'm doing this on StreamYard, but hit the like button, make sure you're sharing it, put it on your Insta, put it on your Twitter, Turkish LDN. Follow me on those social media channels. What's the time now? 48 minutes. Probably give it another 10 minutes or so, and then we'll wrap it up here. Lord Jabba, what? Big up Turkish. Don't want to be that guy, but I'd rather have had Coutinho and Upamecano. But as the saying goes, if you shop in Poundland, listen, who wouldn't rather have Coutinho and Upamecano than Willian and Gabriel? I think there's not many people that can argue. Well, and if there's anyone that can argue with you on that, then God knows for them. But 100%, you know, 100%. Bit of a personal one here, but I don't mind. I was raised in a Muslim household in the Muslim way, following Islam. But as I got older, I feel distant from religion. I feel like religion does cause a lot of divide across the world. But each to their own, you know, each to their own. I'm just not a religious person. Hopefully that wraps that up. Thank you, Taib. Thanks for the update, CG. 195 likes. Like to hear it. There's still 590 people live, so we're still some way short of that number, but it is what it is. Yeah. Turkish, if we do sign Partey and then are short on cash, would you take James Rodriguez or Drax, are both attacking mids in the last year of their contracts? Would I take them in what way? Would I take them for cheap, or would I take them on loan? Because I take them on loan, but I ain't looking to sign James Rodriguez or Julian Draxler up for a 3-4 year contract like we've just done with Willian. Because at the end of the day, you can't fix everything by swapping and being shrewd, you know. So do as much as you can do with swaps and loans, or like at max, I'd say one swap or one loan. Be as shrewd as you can this summer, and when you have a bigger platform next year, do what you need to do, and fix the problems. Finally, you know, have some sort of a plan, some tier to success. But we haven't had for a very long time, so I'm not very optimistic there. I can't lie. And you know what's funny about Draxler? I actually met that guy on the train. I forgot, was it January 2017? And so many people don't believe me, but I actually met that guy on the train, Eurostar going to Paris. And I asked him about what he's doing there, and he talked about the basketball. I think there's something basketball related was going on. But he also said he met with Wenger, you know, and he said that, well, he doesn't talk great English, but when I said, "Are you signing for Arsenal then, or what's going on?" That's the indication he gave me. He doesn't want to. That's what he said. He doesn't want to, or don't want to, you know. And nothing's changed there. Well, a bit's changed there money wise. Right now, we're just giving this here, giving this there. Just Ozil 350. Yeah, there you go. William. Yeah, yeah. 3 years. There you go, mate. We're doing a lot of that now, but head gone, head gone. Like, it's mad, head gone. There's a question here. Yes, I do play fantasy league. You know, yes, I do play fantasy league. And I'm quite good at it too. You know, I win a lot of money from my mates. I hope they're watching this video now, because I've made a couple of bags off them in the last 2 years. So I'll be in it again this year. I did want to start one up for us guys or the subscribers this last season. It didn't happen. Let me know when this video gets processed. Let me know in the comments if fantasy league is something you guys want to see. Who do I think will be our next signing? Who do I think and who do I hope is different? I'd hope Partey is going to be the next signing, but who do I think? Who knows, but it could be a 16-year-old from fucking Norway, but it could be a 37-year-old from Denmark. I don't know who we can sign, or who we're gonna sign. You know, don't pay too much mind to these rumors. Never do. That's just the way I am. I'll do that. I'll make an FPL league for us guys and see who joins on, and do a little prize thing as well. Turkish, why not find our fixes for the balance of the squad that we need from the academy? We have to develop stars from the ground up. There are other sackers waiting to come through. There are, but our academy has let us down as much as anything else in the past decade, and that's through a lack of care, lack of direction from Kroenkes and the Wengers and Gazidis. Is because at the end of the day, as much as Wenger cared about the youth, he didn't provide them with a platform to succeed. With Fabregas came in as a young man, and everything was heaped on his shoulders. We didn't build a team around him, you know. That's why he fucked off in the end. He'd even done an interview in the past year, or 6 months to a year, where he said that all the pressure was on me. There wasn't bringing winners around me. I'm like a 20-year-old, 21-year-old man, yeah, being made captain, carrying this team. Buy someone around me, give me the platform. Do you get me? So yeah, hopefully our academy can flip it around and start producing some talent. Hey, Turkish, what would you do with Mavropanos considering his amazing campaign? Watched him on his loan. Man looks like a beast. I've never dismissed Mavropanos from what I've seen. From what I saw a couple seasons ago, he's someone that deserved a chance. I think that he's someone that I just don't understand how he didn't get his chances with the fucking current crop of defenders we have. Yes, he's had a successful loan campaign. Not sure if you know, but he's gone out on loan again this season. But he also renewed his contract. I think we've got him for 4 years now, but he's gone out on a year loan. He's 22, turning 23. Whether this guy's just crying out there. Whether that that 4 years is to maintain his value, or whether it is to actually have a long-term future at this side, is yet to be seen. I do lean more towards keeping his value, because we need defenders now, and loaning out someone that looks like he's got something Doesn't quite make sense to me, but it might be by request. Turkish, would you sell Laka and replace him with Edward? Edward is a baller and would be brilliant replacement in my opinion. Yes, I would potentially do that, potentially, but at the same time, I feel like Oba being on the left, I know he's productive. Oba, but kind of an imbalance because he can't run at a defender. He can't run at defenders and beat them. It's kind of an imbalance for me. But yes, I would take that. I just feel like I'm a fan of Lacazette. It just hasn't worked out. And with 2 years left, it's time to sort that one out, you know. Breaking top two is probably as difficult as winning the title right now because Liverpool and City pretty much, apart from this season, match each other across the last three in terms of performances, quality, and consistently producing top form. I'll leave this one there for you lot to follow through on. Smash the likes, take a second, and we support Turkish. Thank you, appreciate that. Still got 5, 6, 7 on there. I was going to wrap it up in about 4 minutes, but since there's still a lot of you on, I'll still get through some questions here. I also need a cup of tea and just let me give another 5 minutes or so. What's my thoughts on tonight's game? You know what? I like Mbappe and Neymar as footballers. You know, I feel like they played a beautiful game. I feel like Mbappe is the next up. And I want them to win it, which is strange. I want them to win it, but at the same time, Bayern deserve it. You know, Bayern deserve it. As a neutral, it should be a great game. I'm hoping for as much excitement as the Sevilla and Inter game, and I think we will get it. I think Bayern are very confident. I think Bayern will actually put it on PSG. If Bayern play anywhere like they played against Barca against PSG will have a lot of chances because Neymar and Mbappe, with that much space on the counter, will punish you in comparison to Barca's attack, which has become a bit more stale over the last year or so. So it'll be interesting to see how Bayern set up. If I'm going to predict, I'm going to go with Bayern 3-2. Bayern 3-2, but I wouldn't be surprised with a Neymar and Mbappe masterclass or a tight game with a Neymar and Mbappe winner or a Lewandowski Muller winner or a Gnabry. You know, I'm a big fan of Gnabry as well, obviously coming from Arsenal too. How can I forget? But for me, I feel like that Mbappe-Neymar partnership, for me, better on the eye. I don't care. I don't care who wins it, but I don't care. Just do some excitement, man. I'm gonna go through some last few questions. What's that, Turkish? Who do you think would be top 5 this year for the Premier League? Hard to say until the transfer window is done, but I think City, Liverpool, Chelsea will make up the top 3, and I think United will probably make up the rest of the top 4 if we're judging it just off of now and how I see things going in the transfer window. Obviously, ask me again at the end and we'll see. Mohamed 3-1 to Bayern. Sorry, people. Let's just see the question. What's that? If you could have 3 Arsenal players in your FPL team, who would they be? Aubameyang, without a doubt, he's a midfielder now, so his goals are gonna mean an awful lot points-wise. Saka maybe potentially for a cheap alternative that can produce goods. It'll be interesting to see where he does play. And Tierney, that would be my 3: Tierney, Saka, and Aubameyang. I don't see myself actually going with anyone else. Pepe can be a very, very good option. I actually need to see how much he is on the app and work it out from there. But it's his second season, more balance, hopefully more consistency, hopefully more goals, more assists, and more of an attacking outlet. And that's it, people. Look, it's been an hour long now. Appreciate everyone. 535 left on the chat. We got up to some 600 and something. Hit the like button before you go. Remember to come back when the video is processed and comment. Let me know what you thought of the video, because the live chat does disappear. Let me know what you think about Gabriel, other transfers, what we need to do next, the fixture list, what more you want to see from me. You told me you want to see me and Deluded. You're going to get that. You told me you want to see me and Rants. You're going to get that. A lot of you wanted the top 6 show back. You're going to get that in the shape of the big 6, considering one team decided to drop out of the top 6 last season. So keep on letting me know what you want to see, and I'm going to try and deliver it to you guys in the best way, shape, and form possible. Again, hit that like. Hello from Sweden, Beijing, Australia, all over the world, London, Dublin, all over the world. Appreciate the support, people. I am out, and until the next time, which will probably be Aubameyang's contract or Gabriel's unveiling, I am out.